So I've been playing Black Mesa recently, which is a brilliant remake of the original Half-Life created by third-party developer Crowbar Collective. Black Mesa features all of the original game except the Xen chapters, which are getting added sometime in the future in a free content update. The game brings Half-Life up to modern standards, adding all new physics and even adding new areas and changing the puzzles to accommodate the new physics. Another feature of note is the fact that it is fully voiced, with the new voice actors and actresses redoing all the original voice work and even some new lines. Black Mesa is probably one of the best looking Source Engine games I've ever seen as well. It looks brilliant even to this day. After jumping into the portal that leads to Xen and seeing the credits roll, what immediately came to mind was the original Half-Life. Not the slightly updated one titled Half-Life Source, but the original 1998 one. For the few who have the misfortune of not knowing what the original Half-Life is, Half-Life is a game which came out during a dry period after shooters like Doom and Quake had been and gone. There was concern that shooters were going to get samey, but then came Half-Life, a shooter which added all new elements such as puzzles, platforming and more advanced AI. In my opinion, Half-Life is the game that really revolutionised shooters. So I decided to boot up Half-Life and replay it, and that is where the main focus of this video lies. So the big question of this retrospective is, does Half-Life, a game released in 1998, hold up to the standards of 2016? I played it from start to finish one day after playing through Black Mesa, and it's obvious that Black Mesa is the better game, but Half-Life still felt better in places, and I don't think any remake could replace that. Half-Life obviously has dated graphics and physics, but that adds to the charm, and the game's memorable chapters such as Office Complex and Surface Tension are just as exciting as they were back in 1998. Black Mesa has all of these chapters featuring new and improved AI and physics, especially the old puzzles being replaced with physics-based puzzles. Now they are still great, but I feel the charm and originality is lost as plenty of games, including Half-Life 2, already did this. Black Mesa has changed elements such as making you fight the tanks in Surface Tension. In the past you would have to run away from them, and I always liked that as it made you feel helpless. Now you have to fight them in a more traditional boss battle scenario, such as firing 3 rockets at the tank to destroy it to proceed to the next area. I absolutely love some of the changes though, such as removing all the tedious, unnecessary stuff from the railway scene and actually making the rocket launch better. You can actually see the rocket take off through a proper launch window opposed to a tiny little square hole in the wall. It is a fact that Black Mesa is a more difficult game than the original Half-Life, due to the improved AI and the enemies having changed health and damage output. The puzzles now incorporating the new physics. It is probably the reason Xen currently isn't in the game, as it is probably based around this. Xen in the original was platform heavy with low gravity and stuff, so it is unthinkable how changed and improved this may be in Black Mesa. I can't wait to see it. Another notable thing is that being an early access game, Black Mesa will be getting loads of free content updates starting with the Xen chapters. After that, I suspect there will be more content similar to the extended Surface Tension stuff, as they added what was called Surface Tension Uncut, adding a whole new chapter after Surface Tension. Black Mesa is so substantial, I'll be making a full review for it once it officially comes out of early access to see how the added content and changes improve on the original. Half-Life is still the same game it was back in 1998, and honestly, I don't think time has affected it in any bad way other than the graphics not looking as good, which for the time they were actually really good. The weapons are still great fun to use, the enemy design and variety is still better than many games of today, and the level design is some of the best in gaming history. The AI is still quite bad though, but again, that added to the experience as many laughs and fun times came from luring the security guards and scientists into the tongues of barnacles of our danger and watching them helplessly die. There was no game quite like it. Actually, that reminds me of another minor flaw with Black Mesa, as with the better AI, the security guards will actually use their brain and shoot at the barnacles upon noticing the tongue, and scientists when following will actually walk around it. And some, like the one hiding in Office Complex, will outright refuse to follow you, knowing the danger. Now to be honest, it actually isn't really a flaw. You can still murder everything in Black Mesa though, potentially halting progress, forcing a reload. But the charm has again worn off, as with the graphics and physics it seems more realistic, and really isn't amusing anymore, as recent Bethesda RPGs allow you to go on murdering sprees. It's nothing unique anymore. Half-Life had no ragdoll physics, and that added to the graphics. Bizarre otherworldly sound effects and pain noises made killing random scientists and security guards a hilarious experience. Of course, neither game is about murdering the friendly characters, but since the game allowed it, it became a thing. In short, it all boils down to one thing, and really, it's time. Black Mesa is a modern game, and while it improves on the original in pretty much every way, it loses the originality and charm of Half-Life, as since the original release, many shooters and games in general have came out and have already added and done the new stuff Black Mesa adds. None of this makes Black Mesa a bad game, as it does everything right. It just doesn't have the luxury to be the first to do something like the game it's based on. But, to be honest, I don't think any game is going to make a revolutionary jump like that in a long time anyway. Just do yourself a favour and play Half-Life if you haven't, and especially if you haven't and have played Black Mesa. It is worth the play, and stay away from Half-Life subs, but that's something for another time. And if you do the whole early access thing, I would definitely recommend buying and giving a go of Black Mesa. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this sort of video, make sure to like, and if you have any suggestions on how to improve this sort of stuff, or suggestions on different things, make sure to let me know in the comments. Now the next full review I'm going to be doing is still Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, but No Man's Sky finally has a solid release date, and I will be definitely making a video of some kind for it. Probably not a review, but some kind of content featuring plenty of gameplay. That's all, and thanks for watching.